Hi there, Sagittarius. How are you? It's me, Anissa from the Inner Zero, and I'm back again doing your August 2018 readings. You might have noticed, or you may not notice, that I changed my name, by the way, from the Inner Bloom to the Inner Cereal. I have no idea why I did that. I think it was just my Sagittarius impulse kicking in. And you know what? I think I want to change my name. It just happened. So, yeah, I have no reason at all. I just like the sound of it. So anyway, as usual, this is going to be your relationship spread, and you can apply with any who. Friends, family, boyfriend, girlfriend, exes, wife, fiance, anywho. I'm basically just going to pick up your relationship energy in general, okay? So how are you guys doing right now, my fellow Sagittarius? Oh wow. What the hell? None of your energy is here. So this is your overall energy for the now. You have the King of Swords, you have the Moon card, and you also have the High Priestess. I think you're getting back to your spiritual or religious side of you, and you're trying to detach yourself and distance yourself when it comes to relationships wise, and trying to see things in a black and white position, whether it's intolerable for me or whether it's intolerable for me. But the King of Swords here, it means that right now you're kind of like, it's a little bit being lazy. You just want things to come at you because you just feel like it's a time for them to come at you and not you come at them. You know, Sagittarius do have the tendency to bend their spine backwards the whole time and doing all of these works and being not appreciated, and now you feel like you have had it, so you're like, you know what, no, I want you to come to me. Okay? The King of Swords in a relationship spread, especially when it comes to energy, doesn't happen to be the King of Swords because they were born to be the King of Swords. The Swords people happens to be the Swords people in a relationship spread because they've been burned in the past and they're learning their lessons. So now, no more that I would instinctively and following my impulse and falling to anyone else without even testing them. I'm going to be very, very sane at this time right now. I'm gonna be overthinking things, and I'm gonna analyze it from top to bottom, even to your toenail, whether you deserve my love or not. If that makes sense. The third energy, you have the Moon card. So the Moon card isn't really a good place to be in, especially when it comes to Sagittarius. It seems to me as if like you felt like right now you guys are kind of like in the dark about something. You might do a little bit of, CIA research in the back because you're just kind of like can get your head around why a certain things happen. Okay, the Moon card can range from so many things, starting from you felt like you're being lied to, you're being deceived, you felt like there's like a hidden agenda going without you knowing. And Sagittarius, because you guys are the philosopher of the zodiac, you always have the tendency to ask things like why. It kills you to be the Moon card. It kills you to be in the dark about things, not knowing things. Okay, and if you just went from a breakup to or something, you have the Moon card like, what the hell just happened? Like, was it real or was it not real? Was I the only person who was in love or was it not? Which one is the truth? Which one is a lie? Which one should I trust? And which one should I not trust? Okay, so that's kind of like your overall energy for the now. It kind of is very unlike Sagittarian. So what's your challenge, Sagittarius? You have the Nine of Cups. It could mean two things. The first one is that you're dealing with someone who only cares about their own emotional well-being. So if we're talking about a relationship sense, we want a partner or we want someone to want to think about our happiness, how things would impact us before they do certain things, right? But the problem is you're dealing with someone who only cares about their own emotional well-being. So they don't think about you if they start to do things. They only care what is good for them. And this is the type of person who is also like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do good for you if you do this to me, if that makes sense. What is it now? You have the Knight of Swords as your overall challenge. Oh, swords, god damn it. The Knight of Swords is almost the same like the Knight of Wands. The needs to have things quick and fast, but the Knight of Wands is always the knight who is always in the quest of the truth. So I think right now you guys are much more in the quest of the truth because you felt so much in the dark. Okay, you might be a little bit aggressive though. nowadays. So, Sagittarius, non-Sagittarius, cross-watchers, beware. They might be kind of like a little bit snappy because they are in the quest of the truth. You guys are in the quest of the truth. The Knight of Swords is also someone who's very, very impatient. You just want to keep things going, and they just want to attack the person who is very, very selfish here. But it could also mean, though, that, what's challenging you is you're dealing with someone who is a Knight of Swords, someone who is very, very disruptive, someone who is very, very intrusive. So you've managed to build a floor, you've managed to build a stability of yourself, and they just come there for their own selfish reason, fucking blow things out of proportion, and just wreck things up, like... like a wrecking ball. I got that song instead of my head. It was so funny. I came in like a wrecking ball, if that makes sense. So there, you were so happy, you were doing all right, and they're just like, I came here like a wrecking ball, and destroy everything. Oh, sorry, I used to laugh at my own joke. Okay. In the past, you have the Four of Swords. So this person says that, you know what, Sagittarius, I'm done. I don't want to think much about it. You sort things yourself. I don't want to think for you anymore. They're done thinking about you, by the way. Why? Because this relationship is introducing them to the shadow side of them. So, meaning that it is quite toxic for the both of you, this relationship, because it just brings out the worst in them. And what I mean by the worst in them is that, all the emotional trauma that you're having from your past relationships or from your childhood memories, you still carry it subconsciously without you even knowing. And those type of things is the thing that kind of like drives you to do a certain behavior that is so out of character. And this is what they were dealing with when they had like a relationship with you. They were dealing with a lot of their shadow side, with the devil in them. And them also realizing that this relationship is kind of like is a little bit toxic. So it could either be that the relationship always has a drama attached to it, or the relationship is always about sex. Sometimes with the devil card, I always see someone who is also sadomasochist. Because admit it, there are certain type of people out there who really enjoys drama, who if there is like no fight, nothing, everything is going really great and nothing, they feel bored. It's like, you know what, I think it's time for me to instigate something. So this relationship for the both of you brings out the worst in you instead of the best in you. Oh, but you were so patient. Wow. We all know that patience is not really your strongest word, but you guys are so patient. Now, I think we touched base on it so many times. When Sagittarius are in love, when Sagittarius really cares deeply about someone, they do have the tendency and the willingness to actually bend their spine backward. You guys are mutables. Mutables always have this ability to adapt, the ability to change perspective, to be, oh, okay, I think I'm going to give it another try. Maybe they don't really mean bad. You're trying to be so much understanding of them, but did they try to understand you, Sagittarius? I don't think so. So you guys have the Two of Pentacles, so you guys are kind of like is a little bit wishy-washy too. Like, what am I supposed to do with it? You could be juggling people too, by the way, if you're single. You could be juggling people too, like, so which one am I going to choose? But there's like one person who you have like a really, really strong emotional connection with, the one person that you're really focusing on, and you also have the Three of Wands. So it's like when they say it's over, it's done, it's like you guys are kind of like ready to leave behind this relationship and to start anew. But the problem is with the Three of Wands, they're kind of like waiting for your ship to come in. Okay? Sagittarius usually are the make it happen people, but I think like in the past, you guys are kind of like waiting for your ship to come in. You don't want to actively seek again. They're just like, you know what, I think I'm done, I'm kind of tired. What's happening in the now, they have the Six of Cups. Beautiful. So they do have that sweet nostalgia when it comes to you. When that Four of Swords happened and when they said, like, you know what, I'm over and done with you, did it left you hanging and wondering what happened instead? It did. But I think because you get so used of the feeling of disappointment, especially 2 years ago, I still remember so well, right? That this time when that disappointment hit in the past, you were able to shrug it off completely fast. What kind of English is that? But anyway, yeah. Okay, so it didn't really affect you as much as it did, way back in the past. So this person is feeling like a little bit nostalgic towards you. This person feels like there's like this connection that both of you could never run away from. So it could either be that this relationship, they believe it's like a twin flame connection or a soulmate relationship or a karmic relationship, if that makes sense. But they really do have this strong pull, strong magnetic pull towards you. They have like this really one particular sweet memories that they're still holding on to when it comes to this relationship that they are unable to let go. So although it's like either their actions or they said that they are done with you, but truth of the matter is they still feel the connection. Okay. They feel like you're kind of like is a little bit irreplaceable because you were able to make their inner child happy. So this person was in the past, again, as I said, is someone who was introduced to the demon side of them, right? They were living in a dungeon. I'm not gonna say dungeon. In dungeon. Sorry, in darkness. It's almost midnight. I'm very chatty when it comes to midnight. But anyway, they were living in the dark for quite some time, probably in isolation and everything. And you were able to make that inner child of them really happy. That giddy feelings, that fireworks and stuff like that. And they like it. They really like it. And now they're trying to kind of like balance out what should I do now. You do have the Tower card in reverse. There are like a lot of unspoken words, unsaid feelings between the both of you. You have the Seven of Cups. So I feel like if they were to come kind of like approach you, you would have like a lot of ultimatums going on in them. And I think you already have like a certain perception about them, if that makes sense. You do have like a certain perception about them, and in a stubborn way too. And it's not like you're seeing them in a good light, right? You have the Chariot card in reverse, so you're putting a halt into this situation. You completely stop chasing because when you have a fixed assumption about you already have a perception about them. And second of all, because you're busy with dealing with other areas and other aspects of your life, that makes sense, okay? But again, you have the Tower card in reverse here. If you don't solve the problem now, it's like a time ticking bomb, okay? So there's like a lot of unspoken words in here. You could be dealing with two people though. You could be dealing with two people. The person who was like the Four of Swords, like not having it again, who did hurt you, but it was like you were able to shrug it off really fast, okay? Now they're like the Six of Cups. They're very nostalgic towards you. And you guys are like the Seven of Cups. So it's like, all right, I'm going to detach myself. Like, you guys are very detached right now. I don't think, like, you're very detached. Like, you're no longer the Sagittarius, like, oh my God, I like you so much. No, it's just like, okay, I see you. How are you? What up? And everything like that. But you're trying to protect your feeling a lot. Okay, whereas towards someone here who has the Justice, if you're dealing with two people, the Justice card is someone who tries to bring balance into your life. But sometimes for me, when it comes to relationships, Brad, the Justice card always talks about them wanting to cause you pain the same way that you cause them pain, if that makes sense. But the thing is that justice is always subjective. What is fair to me could not be fair to you, because it's different. I mean, if you're dealing with an air sign, for instance, what hurts them is different than what hurts a fire sign. Okay? So this person is a Justice card, and you're like the Chariot card, like, you know what, I'm not having it. I'm going to put like a complete halt and stop in it. Like, I'm not having it any longer. I don't see this. The Chariot always have like the stars that they're wanting to get to, and you don't see the stars as attractive as it was before, so you don't want to go there again. It's like, no, not doing it. That's why you guys are having the King of Swords. attitude. Oh, beautiful though. You know, the person who is kind of like feeling a little bit nostalgic towards you, who you actually feel very, very detached. The person who has a force of like, nah, done. In the future, they're like the Fool card. So they're willing to take that giant leap of faith with you again, Sagittarius. Wait. Okay. At the bottom of your deck, you have the Empress card, which is beautiful. Okay, you have the Seven of Wands. It's either you're dealing with two people or this one person has a very, very bipolar energy. And I'm not saying it to degrade people with bipolar disorder, no, but it's just like the energy switch, the emotional swing is very, very fast. I got one in comment section like, if I'm dealing with a Gemini, does that mean that I'm dealing with two people? Good idea. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just recovering. Okay. So if you're dealing with one person, honey, you need to understand that this person will kind of like return to you. In the now, they're kind of like, okay, you know what? I like Sagittarius, but I'm going to wait things out. I'm going to scale it up. And then in the future, they're going to kind of like come to you. You know what? Let's do it again. And then you guys are like, yeah, but now I kind of like changed my mind because now I'm more in touch with my spirituality and morality that I want us to have like this mutual agreement. So it's either you want like a stable, something that is tangible. It's either a relationship that is tangible or like a commitment, engagement, or a marriage that is just tangible. Like we know and we understand where this relationship is going to, because I'm not going back to the time where I was kind of like a bit immoral, okay, where I was not in touch with my spiritual side. I mean, now I do have standard, I do have criteria, okay, so which they're kind of like willing to give to you, but also at the same time they have the Emperor card in reverse. The thing is that this person is very, very domineering, and you need to understand that. This person is very, very domineering, and you need to understand that. Okay, so if you're dealing with two people, there's someone here who is kind of like willing to take that giant leap of faith towards you. Try to not put on a mask. Sagittarius, just be real, just be you. Don't fake things. It's fine. It's fine for you to actually be in your own skin. They would appreciate you more than that. Okay, because you guys have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse in the future, meaning that you're kind of like projecting someone who isn't you, and don't do that. Okay? Because this person is willing to have this really, really stable mutual agreement with you, because once they find out that you're kind of like pretending to be something that you're not, and I'm not saying that you guys are pretending or fake, but sometimes we Sagittarius have the tendency to only talk half truth rather than the whole truth. Although people, astrologers always think that we always say the honesty and everything, but when it comes to people that we care about, sometimes we only give them the half truth because we don't want to hurt them, right? Because we don't want to deal with the consequences, right? So I think it's kind of like it's the right time for you in the future, which is going to be like 2 weeks from now, to really be open up and vulnerable and be just yourself. Okay? And just say the truth, whatever it is. Because you guys are both in the same page. Because just because this person was coming out of a place where they do have trust issues, not only with you, but in life in general. When it comes to commitment, when it comes to relationship, they do have trust issues. They do have commitment issues. And just one tiny bit of a mask falling off, of them finding out the half truth rather than the whole truth, is going to make them the Emperor card in reverse, meaning that this person is going to be so overprotective towards their feelings, because they feel like, you know what, I was being very, very vulnerable, and you should know that for me, being that vulnerable means a lot. Okay? So yeah, that one you should know, because it's going to end really, really beautiful. It's like the Empress card. So if you want children, they're on the same page. If you want marriage, they're on the same page. If you want to build a relationship together and be the center of each other's universe, they're on the same page. But try not to be the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So you could be dealing with a Pisces. You could be dealing with a air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Sorry, it's midnight. My brain process is very, very slow. And then you might be dealing with a Cancer, Capricorn, air sign Uda. And then we have a Libra here. We have a water sign here. We have a Taurus, Taurus, Libra. We have an earth sign. We also have a fire sign, Leo. And we have Aries here. Okay? So, guys, I really hope that you guys enjoyed my reading. And thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks for your mid-August. Bye-bye.